Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now
这些
get
德
back!
鲁伊啊，
Ugh,
这些魔人，
let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
来谈谈。
Something's on my mind.
Come, Magrin, give him a chance. You, get back!
我不想惹麻烦，能让我
No,
过去吗
and？ you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh,
哇，这个
I
这
understand.
个身高差
You
有办法咬耳朵吗？
Apparently Korga wants to see you.
卡哈，
Go ahead.
卡哈要见我。哦，在这里，在这里。哦，那个地图好难找啊。
We will imprison the thief under guard of my servant. When we come...
他们说他是小偷啊。
I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
他还只是个孩子。
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
好，我们一样用说服的，我会盯着他，不让他惹麻烦。好吧，我救不了你的孩子。
No. The tiefling remains until the rite is complete.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
放了那个孩子，让他宣传你的力量。我们再次说服他。有过。
Yes. She is more valuable out there than in here.
好了，说服2次，终于成功一次。
Tila, to me. Out, thief. My
因
grace
为他那个
has
发
its
型真的很
limits.
像那个毒蛇。
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
我的队员有意见了，我们跟他讲讲话，看看什么意见。
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
没空跟你聊这个。
What? No rest for the dashing? Pish posh. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin, the way you got Korga to release the
他就
girl.
是良善型的，
I've grown to trust you.
好吧？很高兴听你这么说。
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul,
他就想跟我讲什
except for
么？
my cat. You see, I have this condition, very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
好，哪种状况？
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without
他
some
应该有
effort.
身上有一些任务了，
What it comes down to
角
is
色的任务
this.
哦，深邃
Every
城
so
的法师
often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
那你说的是什么物品？
Oh, staffs, tomes, cowls. The form doesn't matter, so long as it's brimming with weave. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
你建议我们去哪里寻找？
We've already done the finding.
啊？
In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
我很乐意帮忙，看是什么东西。
Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We have such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
什么东西你就直说嘛，包包里什么东西可以用。好，我们跟那个隐形说一下话。
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before.
好，我是试着不
Let's
去
just
问
clear
你
the air
啦，
about
你
that
自己
now.
讲吧。
It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
很痛吗？
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
你确定它没有关联吗？
Positive. You can trust me on that.
哦，所以他还是没有想要讲那件事情啊。这个身上那件东西有什么东西？有
There's
什么
no
故事？
story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
哦，他还没想讲。跟卡哈聊聊天。
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
你是在保护你的人、啊。
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
塞夫洛认为他的人会死在路上，不要把他们赶出
And
去。
mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out
他要
of the
我把
grove.
那些难民带走。
I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
那我去找他
You
聊
will
聊。
do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
好啊，那个医师嘞？医师在哪里？我们找医师。医师，
I see you. Just give me a moment.
耐心等待啊！
This may be captain.
哇，
There. It's up to her now.
魔法治愈。
Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
看来我找对人了。
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you.
来看一下
You，seem healthy enough.
他看不到那个虫
Tired
子。
from the eyes, maybe.
好啦，我那个脑袋里有一个夺心魔蝌蚪，
A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole.
你能帮我吗？
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
好，他也
We
不
need
太
to be
确
quick.
定。
This way.
还要干嘛？哦，有暗门。
There's something.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon
哦，那
after.
个已经变成奴隶，那个奴役了。对，这个卓尔，那个暗精灵和我有同样的寄生虫。
Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start. It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. I pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things.
哦，
Studied them.
有更专业的人。
Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
Please, don't mind me. I'll just watch.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
好，
Of
继续。
course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
好吧，这个感觉都要试一次吧。我可以和其他感染者心理融合。
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
这个哈尔辛，我们到时候可能要去找这个哈尔辛大师。在一艘夺心魔的魔法船上，
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here,
我们
we're
全部会
all
变成
dead.
章鱼。
But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
哎，你是医生呢，你怎么给我毒药啊？我还以为你会治好我嘞。
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way
哪
out.
门子的医生啊？我
I'm
靠！
sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
好了，给我吧。
Swear it.
好了，反正如果我变成章鱼，我看这游戏也结束。
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here.
哎，影星也赞同哎，如果我
You
们
know,
变章鱼的话，
I've
自
spent
杀
my。life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
本书应该说的蜕变应该是只变章鱼啊。
Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7
会变新的
gruesome
多
days
星。
later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, it's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers, telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
所以说这是好消息
Could。be, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne, and I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
看来我们等一下要去那里了。你要我怎么做？
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
好吧，我会把它找回来。
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad,
烦死了
remember the vial. Remember your oath.
好了，看来就一群也是受感染的冒险者，他们去救神殿，然后呢，那个哈尔辛大师也跟去研究了。
Better a quick draft than Ceramorphosis nonetheless.
喝一口下去总比蜕变好啊。
In case things start to go very
对啊，
wrong.
影星是比较不想变那个章鱼啊，他也宁可喝毒药。哎，我们跟这个拉斯讲一下话，看看，看
You
他有
did
没有
well
什
to
么想
speak up
法，
for the girl. That snake is fickle.
看他有没有什么解决
A
方法。
tragedy prevented.
我听说这里在举行仪
One meant to
式，
seal us in, meant to seal them out. Blasphemous. The Tree Father
他反
must see
对
what's
这件
happening
事
in
情，
his holy grove. Perhaps his eyes are on Master Halsin now.
所以哈尔辛可能是之前的首领的样子啊。
Would you? I would give
让我把哈尔
anything
辛
to see
带回来，
Halsin return
也许
home.
就可以改变这个仪式了。好，我会找到他。
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
首席德鲁伊，好像是前任首席德鲁伊。
Come, Silver. Stay close.
好，看来这个找哈尔辛会是解决一切的方法。我们先去找到阿拉贝尔，他的那个父母可能会感谢我们一下。对啊，在这边，小朋友。
What's up for discussion?
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
别再搞些偷偷摸摸的滑稽举动了，好吗？
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
好，好，我们来看可不可以卖东西哦。
Oh, I don't have any money or anything to sell. My partner does that.
那你在这边干嘛？
What? I'm the guard. So don't steal anything. I'm watching you.
哦，他比较害羞啦，要问这个。
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something.
戒指。
Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
接过戒指。
Call it. Heads or tails?
正面。
Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap too. Interested?
好，我看下什
You
么
got
其
it.
他的货
One。sec. You bought something. Most everybody says it looks like junk and moves on.
我只是想支持一位年轻的商人。
Oh, you have. You definitely have. Anyway, see you again sometime. Take care. Safe travels.
As you turn to leave, you realize the other child does too.
应该
She
被
looks
扒
nervous.
被扒了钱了，还是什么东西的？他应该偷了我的钱，我不知道他是不是有拿了我什么？无所谓啦，我的钱没减少就好了，没有什么重要的东西，给他给他。好，看一下这有没有卖一些药。
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
接过碗，因为我有撩血。
Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me.
这里。
if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh, there isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold?
有虫啊，有虫
Feverish?
啊。
Auntie Ethel will
眼睛后面
sort
有
you
虫。
out. I've lotions and potions galore.
接受他过分的关怀体贴。
Aha! You take a sup of that and you'll
要
feel
到
right
病
as rain, sweetie.
最好是啊。这是什么？
Oh, 'tis just a healing
感冒药
potion,
水
nothing fancy. Here.
好了好了，应该就是一般
You
血。
just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky.
有点疲惫而已
Oh,
啦。
stop! Even on a good day, half the camp acts like a bunch of screaming brats. I'm tempted to smack them all on the backside and tell them to kiss and make up. Not that they'd listen to little old me. Anyway, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
好，一个婶婶，来看看他有没有什么药可以买。
Take care now, sweetie.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
买了一些补血的。
Don't make me hurt you, boy.
Too late! Looking at you is painful enough.
谁在吵架？
Smart enough to poison their blades.
在吵什么啦？
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket. I've never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head.
最好照他的袖手旁观好了。
Do it, you gutless stink sack! Ah!
果然，因为我不知道他到底有没有拿。
Knew it. Bloody well knew it.
What's happening here?
这男孩是个小偷。
And both of you thought striking a child was a suitable punishment?
If his parents won't do it, I will.
He's an orphan. How'd you like it if I struck you?
You raise a hand to me. It'd be better of stealing it.
好吧，我们就稍微和解一下吧，好不好？从轻处罚吧。过了。
You're not wrong. I wish you were. Child, learn your lesson and be grateful. And you, get out of my sight!
哦，都是一些小事件，可以解决啦，但应该不影响我们剧情。好，我们先去搞这个哈尔辛这个啊，还是去搞哈尔辛这个？解救难民，可是我觉得应该有别的做法啊。
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
哦，他们想要干脆就攻哥布跟攻那个德鲁伊哦。你能够让仪式延迟吗？
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense.
这不是我想要走的选项哎。
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Korga, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
我可不是什么
It doesn't sit well with me either. But to get these people to safety, there's nothing I won't do. You'd be well rewarded for the risk. But if that won't sway you, there's nothing more to discuss.
好吧，那就先不聊了。好，我们往这边，我们往那个哈尔辛那边走。我们往那边走。
Get over there! Surround them like!
现身吧。
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked.
赶紧让我过去。
We got you surrounded. Here's how this goes. You take one step further, and we'll fill your front with arrows. Or you turn around, and your backside gets the same treatment.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
让我过去吧，我可以当作没发生过。
Suppose it's best to save our strength for a real threat. Go on then. Just keep your nose clean.
造成1到8的伤害，同时让对方倒地哦，这个也不错。然后用战斗大师。好，可以对话，我们对话一下。
So the tadpole allows us to influence others. How very interesting.
Don't get too excited. Influence comes at a cost. And until we know what that cost is, the only reasonable approach is a cautious one.
You have the ability to manipulate people, make them bend to your every whim, and you'd be cautious about it? That's no fun.
好了，做出任何仓促决定前，我们应该先尝试着理解它。
Sensible.
对啊，谁也不讨好，好不好？我们比较理性哦。解救地猪。
Look what we got here! Another little birdie wanting to fly. Stop this thing!
Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for heights.
到底在搞什么鬼？
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
我换个说法，你搞这干嘛？
'Cause it makes me laugh.
好吧，我只想过去。
Funny. That's what our birdie wanted. Release me this instant, you beasts! Unless you want to join him up
想跟我打一场，对不对？
you best pay the toll.
欠揍。
Cough it up!
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
灵犀怪，我靠，为什么我要给他钱？阅读哥布林的心理，试试看，反正都要打起来了，应该要打起来了，来吧，打一场。
What the? I felt that! You were in my noggin like a worm in an apple. Kill him!
哇，我最终还是跟哥布林打起来，真麻烦。我靠，居然没击中！哇，痛哦！哇，这爆炸也太狠了吧！还给我祝福术嘞，妹，闪电术吧。哇，才4点，恐吓。
Stop! I give up.
哎
Mercy, please.
就这样。
I know things.
擒贼先擒王。
If you let me live, I'll make it worth your while. I promise.
好，快说有什么？也许我能放你一条生路。
My lot are camped nearby. I can get you inside. No hassle. You can loot it, do whatever.
随你抢，什么鬼
There's a hidden path. Past the bridge into the camp. Over to the side before you reach the first guards. Easy.
把你身上所有贵重物品都给我拿出来。
All right. Just don't hurt me.
哦呦，有个不错的斧头，虽然我用不到。好，滚。
You sure I can't just leave?
滚吧。
Thanks and apologies.
哦，隐性不赞同。
Bye.
他不想我放了他，好，他投降。好，我不想跟他在那边。我们怎么把那个家伙放下来？哦，这里解除。哎，我不是按解除了，你怎么飞出去？啊！解除是指绳子解除哦，不是指这个转解除。好吧 ，sorry， 飞出去了，这也是一种解救的方式了啊。什么鬼？
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps? The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I, but not here. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
啊，要把我传送去哪里？哦，哇，这个厉害。
There, middle of somewhere.
这里具体是什么地方
The house of
希望之
hope,
地。
where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
无视它盛满你的盘子，你为什么这么
Call
说？
it a ninth sense.
瞎毁。
What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
你为什么要帮我？
Because my compassion is
长得好像那个昆汀
boundless.
菲
I
尼克斯哦。
stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. One skull,
哦，他知
two
道，他看得
tenants,
出来。
and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that.
只要能除掉蝌蚪，我什么都愿意做。
Oh, that's disappointing. I prefer it when my clients put up a fight. Only to realize victory was never an option. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left.
那你那么早
And
出来干
when
嘛？不会让
hope
我先去
has
找一
been
找，
whittled
再出来
down。to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
他应该没想到我反应这么，我的反应是这样。
Such a tease.
如果我打算接受这个交易，我该怎么找你呢？
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice
他没想到我马上屈
juicy
服了。
brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
我靠！哎，出来说要帮，哎又骗人！靠！他叫我货比三家，多去找找方法。好，这边过不了，看一下要怎么过去。
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on a damaged old statue.
哎呀，又痛了一下，怎么回事？
We should keep moving.
为什么这事总发生在你身上？
You already know as much as I do. Best ignore it. As long as it doesn't hamper us too much.
不肯说，好吧。